beware the directional schools. If they're on your schedule, you better show up for 60, man. You better be ready to go.
Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Keith Adams, and on our college football preview edition, we're going to do the MAC and the Sun Belt. Now, fans, the Odd Coaches Podcast college football previews is strictly for the casual fan to get you interested and involved with all of the different aspects of college football. So again, in segment 1, we'll talk about the MAC. Segment 2, we'll talk about the Sun Belt. And in segment 3, we will give you some games and some teams to watch to keep you engaged throughout the season. Joining us today in this capacity is our Texas correspondent, our favorite administrator, Robert Abney. Robert, we're going to start off with the MAC. Always excited to have a little MACtion. One, Toledo. We're excited about Toledo. They finished 11-3 last year. They played for the MAC title. That was a couple of years ago. Last year they were 8-5, but they are ready, primed to get after it. So, like in Toledo this year. 2, Buffalo. They hired a new coach in 2024, Pete Lembo. They went 3-9 the previous year, improved to 9-4, 6-2 in MAC play. They have 16 starters back, and they have some of the better games at home. So keep an eye on Buffalo. 3, Miami of Ohio. The Redhawks are 14-2 in MAC play over the last 2 years. They have been good, but again, a lot of turnover. So those are the 3 best teams in the MAC. Robert, any of those 3 teams catch your eye more than others?
I mean, Miami has had the most success the past couple of years, and I mean, we all know that with these programs, it's really going to depend on who transferred out and who they managed to keep.
Yes. Okay. 100%. Number 4, Ohio. The Bobcats, 31-10 since 2022. They won the program's first MAC championship, but a lot of changes. Coach Tim Albin left, and now offense coordinator Brian Smith has been promoted to the top spot. Good luck to him. Northern Illinois was a rolling joke last year, a running joke all season, because you can't win a national championship if you lose to a directional school, and they beat Notre Dame last year. They used that win to propel them to a great year, 8-5. And let's see if they can keep that going. And then Bowling Green is a 6. They went to 3 bowl games. Scott Lover departed for the NFL. He said, looking at this college landscape, give me that steady NFL check. So let's see how they're doing. So we gave you 3 more teams, Robert. Anybody catch your eye before we move on to our favorite directional schools?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how Eddie George, how that transition goes, because he was at Tennessee State and he was having some success.
Yeah.
I guess Bowling Green I guess going to the MAC is a step up from Tennessee State. He brought his coordinators with him. We'll see how that goes.
All right.
It's a different landscape, and I've never actually been to Bowling Green. I've heard that the weather there I had a friend who played baseball at the University of Dayton. So they would play Bowling Green. And he said, that is the worst place for weather I've ever been in my life. And if you think about it, a lot of those Tuesday night MACtion games, weather is an issue. So just think about that if you're watching Bowling Green on a Tuesday night somewhere.
Yes, the lake effect or something of that nature. I'm not a science person by trade, but that's what we're talking about. All right, here's our run of directional schools. Number 7, Central Michigan. They have a new coach after spending 6 years at Army. Matt, that Drink Hall is coming in. Good luck with that, but they do have some players coming back, so good luck to them. Number 8 is Western Michigan. The Broncos took a step forward in Lance Taylor's second year. They had a bowl appearance and a 6-7 record. The team was also 5-3 in the MAC, so we'll see some Tuesday night action with them. And number 9, Eastern Michigan. a lot of people like them to overperform. So we'll see what happens with that. Any thoughts on three of our favorite directional schools, sir?
Beware the directional schools. If they're on your schedule, you better show up for 60, man. You better be ready to go.
Show up for 60. I'm ready to go play. All right, 10. Akron. Coach Joe Moorhead struggled to find footing, but they're coming off their best record, 4-8, since his arrival. Try not to be 4-8 again, sir, or you'll be on the coaching hunt. Number 11
Hang on
is
1 second.
Yep.
They actually have a postseason ban because of low APR scores.
Yo, that is right.
That's still a thing.
Oh my goodness, you are so right.
I didn't know that was still a thing. I thought when NIL and transfer portal and all that stuff, I thought all that was out the window. How are you even keeping track of that?
Oh my God. Will they even have a team now? Strictly for entertainment purposes only, fans. I am making a note on my sheet to mark Akron and see how they're doing. But yes, so you'll know, the program has struggled to retain players in the NIL era, and they have a postseason ban due to low APR. And yeah, come on, man. All right, number 11, new coach at Ball State, Mike Yurmavich, is an Indiana native. Used to be at Northern Illinois, so good luck to him. I don't think they're going to be very good. And welcome, number 12, UMass. Used to be an independent. Now you're in a conference. You have struggled, but hopefully being in a conference will help you with recruiting. And 13, a school that used to recruit locally here a lot in the DC area, Kent State. You have not been good. So we're going to wish you well. Any final thoughts on Maction before we move to the Sun Belt?
UMass seems a little out of place. I understand trying to find a conference to fit into, but they're a little out of place.
Got to have a home.
Yeah.
You're not Notre Dame.
I don't
Even disagree. Army found a home. Okay.
I don't disagree, but a little out of place.
So I think UConn is probably the only other one who's still floating out there. Okay. All right. So fans, in segment 2, we're going to get to the Sun Belt, and the Sun Belt's unique because they have an East and a West division. So let's talk about them. We'll be right back on the Odd Coaches Podcast. Hi, everyone. Dr. Keith Adams here. And for over 30 years, I've dedicated my life to helping student athletes succeed, not just on the fields and the courts, but in the classroom and beyond. And that's why I founded the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project understands that finding the balance between academics and athletics is crucial for long-term success. That's why the CKA Save Project offers a range of programs, including personalized consulting, mentorship, and coming in 2027, our innovative Gap Year Basketball Academy designed to assist both young men and women reach their full potential both on and off the court. I'm incredibly excited to announce that the CKA Save Project is now partnering with the Cascade Sports Network. This partnership will allow us the opportunity to amplify our message and reach even more student athletes through the Odd Coaches Podcast and other exciting initiatives. Join the CKA Save Project and the Cascade Sports Network as we empower the next generation of student athletes. Visit CKA on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org to learn more. Let's work together to find the balance and help unlock your potential. Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast, and in segment 2, let's go Sun Belt, one of my favorite conferences because they got good ball, and some of the teams we know a little more than others. So in the East Division, number 1 is James Madison. So James Madison still have some players after Kurt Zanetti took them all to Indiana. They had a 9-4 season last year under Coach Bob Chesney. 0.5 went down there last year for their prospect camp, and they're going to do good work. And that whooping of North Carolina last year really resonated in the group chat. Number 2, Georgia Southern, coming off their best season under Coach Clay Helton. And I do remember Clay Helton with an 8-5 mark. They got some holes to fill, but Clay Helton's a good coach, and they're going to do a good job. At number 3, I disrespected them because I didn't enjoy my time at their camp. But Old Dominion was a sleeper team last year, and they may be a sleeper team this year. Any thoughts on the top 3 projected teams in the Sun Belt, sir?
I have seen Georgia Southern more than most because for some reason they decided they were going to play 2 or 3 Mountain West teams last year. And I can't remember, but I saw them. They're a good team, and I saw their bowl game. They're a good team. But they lost more players than I think either Old Dominion or James Madison did, so that they've got an uphill battle, I think.
Okay. All right. 4, our favorite team, and it's one of my dream schools. Hint, hint. Coastal Carolina. Shout out to friend of the show, Nima. Coach Nima was there for a lot of years back in the day, and he still has a condo there that I still need to visit. They had an 8-5 debut in 2023, took a step back last year with a 6-7 record, but there's no reason why Coastal and the Chanticleers should not be good in football. You've got a nice area, and you're at Myrtle Beach. Again, I'm not understanding, and you got that little cute teal turf too. All right, 5, the original mover and shaker, Appalachian State. A new era begins. They got a new coach. But again, Appalachian State started all of this stuff with their defeat of Michigan years and years and years ago. So good luck to the Mountaineers. And 6, Georgia State. The Panthers went 3-9 in Dale McGee's debut season, but optimism is high. And Marshall. Case study in how not to do business. Massive change for Marshall as they fired their coach. He took everybody with him. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I think I might do some things strictly for entertainment purposes only with Marshall. Well, any thoughts, sir?
Remember, Marshall last year was in a bowl game and had to bail out of the bowl game because they didn't have enough players. They have more than 60 new players on their roster this year. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oops.
I don't know, man.
What are y'all doing? Okay. All right. And then the West Division of the Sun Belt in its final season, Texas State. All right. Texas State, you're trying to go to Pac-12 next year. You should run through the Western Division of the Sun Belt. So I'm going to watch you, Texas State, and let's see what you do. 2, Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns. They always seem to just kind of win the wrong game. And segment 3, usually I'm like, man, what y'all doing? So they should do well. They earned a trip to the New Mexico Bowl last year. And 3, South Alabama, Major Applewhite. Solid debut, 7-6 mark. Any thoughts on the top 3 projected teams in the Sun Belt West Conference, sir?
I mean, the league in general is pretty balanced. I mean, I think any of those 3 teams, I mean, Texas State should win the West, but you got to win close games, and we'll see how that goes.
All right. Rich Rod is out at Arkansas State, but Butch Jones is in, and good luck with that. No, I'm sorry. Rich Rod was at Jacksonville State. I apologize. Butch Jones had a 5-19 start to his tenure, but now he has turned the Red Wolves into a contender. Good luck to them. 5, Southern Miss. You've 1-11 last year, but you got better players and you got a better coach. So we'll see what happens. 6, Troy, first-year coach Gerard Parker has big shoes to fill. They went 23-5 under former coach John Summerall, and now it's your show. And of course, usually ULM, University of Louisiana Monroe, 5-1 start, and then they crashed out at the end. Robert, the team I'm watching in this group of Southern Miss, because I believe he's the coach that came from Marshall, and he brought some players. So, any thoughts on the Sun Belt West Conference?
Arkansas State does have Texas State, Louisiana, Georgia Southern, all at home. So there's an opportunity there. I don't know if they have the players to take advantage of it, but the schedule certainly gives them an opportunity.
I love that word opportunity, man. I'll be checking out the Sun Belt. And again, when we get back in segment 3, we will tell you some games to watch that the Sun Belt might mess you up. And we'll also talk about some teams that could be in the CFP at the end. We'll be right back on the Odd Coaches Podcast. Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Keith Adams, and for years, I've witnessed the struggles student athletes face on how to truly balance the demands of academics and athletics. It's a question that I have dedicated my life to answering. That's why I wrote Finding the Balance, my personal journey to academic and athletic success. It's more than just a book. It is my personal journey, and it is filled with hard-earned lessons from decades as a coach, educator, and now president of the CKA Safe Project. Inside, you will find practical advice, real-life stories, and a clear roadmap to help student athletes, coaches, and parents navigate the complex world of balancing sports and education. And now I am thrilled to bring this message to a wider audience as a proud member of the Cascade Sports Network. We're partnering to amplify these crucial conversations about student athlete success. I believe every student athlete deserves the opportunity to reach their full potential, both on and off the court and the field. You can purchase your copy directly from our website at www.ckasafeproject.org. Join me and the Cascade Sports Network as we work together to help every student athlete succeed. Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast in segment 3. Here's some non-conference games to watch with teams in the MAC and the Sun Belt. Toledo is playing Kentucky on August 30th. That is week 0. I'm not thinking about an upset, but there's your opportunity. James Madison, September 20th, is playing at Liberty. Go James Madison.
Where is JMU?
JMU is in Harrisonburg, and they just got a Buc-ee's down there. So another reason to go to JMU.
Well, so that's an in-state rivalry game.
In-state rivalry game.
Okay.
Yes.
It wouldn't shock me at all if James Madison wins that one.
Yeah, because Liberty didn't play anybody. And they're going to Liberty. But again, JMU does have a Buc-ee's nearby now, so we're very excited about that. October 25th, Toledo is going to Washington State. Toledo has a chance to mess up Washington State's season. In terms of Tuesday night action, November 4th, Miami of Ohio at Ohio. November 12th, Toledo at Miami of Ohio. November 19th, Miami of Ohio at Buffalo. And November 28th, in what is sure to be some snow, Ohio at Buffalo. In terms of the MAC, Robert, any teams or games you're interested in?
Miami of Ohio, we talked about them being a favorite, but having to go to Ohio and to Buffalo in November. All of those, any game in November in the MAC, the weather is quite likely to be
sideways, wind, snow,
raining sideways, 22 degrees. Yeah, no, I will gladly sit on my couch and watch those games.
All right. In terms of the Sun Belt, Georgia Southern at James Madison, September 27th. South Alabama at Troy, October 4th. And Louisiana has a chance to mess up a lot of stuff in about a 3 or 4 week period. They play at James Madison, October 11th, and at South Alabama, November 1st. In terms of the CFP candidates, watch out for Toledo, Ohio, and Buffalo, and in the Sun Belt, James Madison, Texas State, South Alabama, Georgia Southern. Those are the ones that might mess things up. Any final thoughts on the MAC and the Sun Belt, sir?
I love your optimism about potential CFP candidates. I don't think we'll see one from either of these conferences.
Yeah, you're probably right. Because that random end of the year game will mess up everything. But you got to get the top 25 to make people care about you. So, on behalf of our Texas correspondent, Robert Abney, I'm Dr. Keith Adams saying thank you for listening and or watching the Odd Coaches podcast, also seen on the Cascade Sports Network. And we will see you on the sidelines. Until next time, take care.
The Odd Coaches podcast is sponsored by the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project is an industry leader in providing student-athlete academic and athletic support. From assessing student-athletes' academic and athletic skills, to measuring and monitoring student-athlete academic progress, to improving student-athlete time management and organizational skills, the CKA Save Project provides wraparound services for student-athletes from middle school through college. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by emailing cka@ckasaveproject.org. We hope you enjoyed today's show. The Odd Coaches podcast drops new episodes every Tuesday through Friday on most weeks. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Coaches podcast on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow the Odd Coaches podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Odd Coaches. Follow Dr. Adams on Twitter and Instagram at CKA Save Project. In addition, follow Coach Mike Francis on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Franchise, spelled Coach Franchize. For more information about the CKA Save Project, please visit them on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org. See you next time on the Odd Coaches podcast.